I was just having dinner with a friend who is working on publishing her first novel, and we were talking about everything under the sun because I can't go to dinner without talking. But we were talking about life and about books. So she shared a piece of advice that her book coach gave her, and I added on to it. She was like, Stephanie, I'm going to self publish, which made me happy. And then she said, because my book coach said it could take me a year or maybe two if I wanted to go the traditional publishing route. Well, I looked at her and I suggested, add a couple more years to that because I know people who are 5 years out and still can't find a literary agent. The industry has just changed. She is self publishing, which I think is smart in today's publishing landscape. And if that's the route you're taking, I want to share with you all the other amazing perks of self publishing today for you to take advantage of. Ready to become a self publishing guru? Let's do this. Hey, I'm Stephanie Feger, and Empower is my middle name. Okay, well, not really, but it should be. I believe that empowered people empower people, and I'm obsessed with empowering you, the nonfiction author, with impactful marketing strategies and tactics to help you take your important message and share it with those who desperately need it, want it, and will buy it. I'm the owner and chief strategist of the Empower PR Group and the author of 4 books myself, including my newest book, Emergence, Living Lessons from the Soil, and my latest author-specific book called Make Your Author Impact. Sell more books, increase your reach, and achieve your why. I've been called to merge my love for reading books, writing books, and marketing books to help nonfiction authors with laser-focused strategies and tactics to write books that sell, promote books to those who need and want them most, and build meaningful businesses from empowering messages. Think of this podcast as your one-stop shop for marketing insights from an author who has been there and done that and understands exactly where you are because I do, and I have, and I will. So get your pins ready because I'm ready to empower you. This is the Empowered Author Podcast. As with most things, there's more than ever meets the eye when it comes to self-publishing. Yes, we know you're in control. Yes, we know that from the financial side, the investment is all up to you. Yes, we know you get to keep your intellectual property and you get to call the shots. But today I want to walk you through all the self-publishing perks to take advantage of because, well, I mean, you can. So let's start with Amazon. In episode 3 of this particular season, I shared the smackdown of KDP and Ingram Spark debate in the industry. If you need a refresher, go back and enjoy that episode. But today I want to highlight just a couple perks of using Amazon's KDP as a self-published author and how you can take advantage of them. There's several. First of all, let's talk about Amazon metadata. That word metadata, say it 10 times. See if you, it's like a tongue twister. But Amazon's metadata actually refers to the specific behind the scenes structured info and descriptive data and attributes associated with the uploading journey on Amazon. It's like what you do on the back end of the print on demand platform so that people on the front end can find you, decide if they like you, if you're a good fit, and make sure they can buy your book. So the metadata associated with Amazon is quite robust. But when we talk about it from a self-published author's perspective, you really have a lot of cool things that you can do with the metadata. And my favorite is the ability to actually make real-time now, like right this second, edits in the metadata. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. You don't have to run it through anybody else. Maybe you learn something new and you want to take advantage of it. Well, you can. So this could include things like updating your book description. Maybe you wrote something when the book launched and readers now are telling you different parts of the book that are more interesting or that's really triggering to you that maybe you want to update your book description with different keywords and phrases. You can do that. I am a firm believer that I think you should take full advantage of all of the characters that you get with the book description. All of those help you become searchable. Amazon allows you now to also select 3 categories for your book to fall in. And you can change that anytime that you want, which is lovely. Maybe you have a promotion going on right now and you want to find a category that might be indicative of a bestseller option. Or maybe you find that your book you thought was more in one category and again, you're getting feedback that it's in others. Well, no big deal. You can go in and you can make category changes and you can always change it back later. Same thing with keywords. So keywords help people find you, search for you, and you can adjust those keywords anytime that you'd like. And speaking of adjusting, you can also change your pricing for the book. Maybe you have a special coming up and you want to do a promo, or you want to do a price decrease, or maybe you found that your book is too cheap and you want to up it. You can change that anytime that you want. I love the ability to be able to make adjustments easy, and I find it very freeing. Now, another thing on Amazon I actually really love is called Amazon A Plus content. It's really one of my favorites. It is a little hidden gem most people don't even know about. And those who do are able to take advantage of it and stick out in a positive way. If you self publish and use Amazon KDP for the print on demand solution, it's actually really easy for you to make Amazon A Plus content. You can go and design graphics and write content and go in the back end and navigate it. But if you don't, and you want Amazon A Plus content, well, you have to make sure your publisher does it. And that can take time. And if they don't use KDP for the print on demand solution, you won't get that option. If you're like, Stephanie, what are you talking about with Amazon A Plus? I want you to visit my 2 latest books and you can see some differentiating options. If you go to Amazon and search Emergence, Living Lessons from the Soil, I want you to scroll down to the From the Publisher section and you'll see some visuals, some content. That is Amazon A Plus content. If you also go to Make Your Author Impact on Amazon, you will see that too in the From the Publisher perspective, just to give you 2 different angles of a memoir versus a business book. It is really a visual experience of the beautiful book's interior. What are people going to experience when they read the book? And you give them the chance to see it. So let's say you found a typo on your book's cover or interior pages. Oh no, you would never, right? When I was recording the audiobook version of one of my books, I was reading the back cover and found a typo. And I'm like, how many eyeballs looked at that? Many. So it's really easy to have a typo and to overlook something. Or maybe you forgot to add a section of the book, like the what's next or what have you. I had an author once reach out and tell me that they forgot to add the copyright page or headers and footers, all that stuff. Maybe you want a whole new book cover. I mean, maybe your book is a couple years old and you want to do a celebration with a new book cover. The awesome part about self-publishing is that you can make those adjustments and upload the files to Amazon's print on demand or Ingram print on demand platform. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Amazon will let you do that at no additional charge. Ingram has a solution now. I think it's like 30 days after you upload, if the book was uploaded in since May 2023 or something, where you don't have to any extra charge for any upload file changes. And if you do, it's just a nominal charge. But I love that you can do that because you might find something that needs to be tweaked. Now, just keep in mind, if you make too many interior changes, you may need to release a second edition of the book. Now, I'm talking major content changes, not a typo here or there. Be sure to look at the requirements accordingly on Amazon and Ingram Spark for some direction on what qualifies and quantifies, and would encourage you to actually do a second edition. Have you ever heard of a KDP countdown and go, what in the world is that, Stephanie? Well, if you are self-publishing, you can control a KDP countdown easily. If your ebook is enrolled in Amazon's KDP Select, you can actually coordinate KDP countdowns. A countdown promotion allows you to offer your ebook at a discounted price for a limited time, and that typically ranges anywhere from a few hours to several days. So what happens is you set the book at a certain price, and the price then gradually increases over time in the promotion to reach its original price point. So to be eligible for KDP Countdown, you want to make sure again that your book is enrolled in KDP Select. And it does have some exclusivity requirements. So if that's not something that you're interested in, no worries. That's just not a tool or solution you can take advantage of. And what that actually means is your ebook has to be exclusive to the Kindle platform during that period, which is usually about 90 days. So this applies only to the digital ebook version of your book. The Kindle Countdown is a limited period promotion. And what's lovely with that is there are some groups that love to promote 99-cent books or $1.99 books, or maybe you're going on a speaking tour, or maybe you have something big coming up. You have the ability to put your ebook at a lower price. Now, while there's no specific waiting period between when you can do KDP countdowns and promotion, I have a big recommendation for you, and that's don't overdo it. Give yourself some space between the promotions so that the natural sales cycles and efforts kind of continue and people don't get tired of seeing all the promotions. If so, then they will likely not buy the book when it's not in promotion time, and you don't want that either. Speaking of promotions, KDP countdowns or Kindle countdowns are really the most successful when you have a promotion strategy around it. So be sure to take advantage of that too. Another one of my favorite things about being a self-published author is getting author copies. Now, author copies are physical copies of your book that you can purchase, and only the author or the publisher, either directly from your publisher if you've used a publisher, or using a self-publishing platform at a discounted rate. So these are meant for personal use, distribution, and personal sales. Some of the benefits of author copies would include things like now you've got some physical copies that you can personally give. You can have a personal library. You can use it as a gift that you give to people. You can also sell them in the back of the room of speaking engagements and all that stuff. You could also use them for marketing and promotion. Like you could distribute them to bloggers and influencers and media and reviewers or libraries, etc. Physical copies can really be valuable at author events, book signings, speaking engagements, all of that. You can host and coordinate a reader giveaway or a contest and use your author copies as prizes. Or maybe you're going around bookstores and you want to see if you can get in the bookstores. Well, they will probably want to see your book. So this allows people to be able to decide if they want it. And if you're doing independent bookstores, they might buy some for you, or you can do things on consignment. I love author copies, and I just encourage you to make sure when you order them, you got to give yourself some wiggle room and time, friends. Amazon specifically uses a different printer solution for author copies than the print-on-demand individual copies. So give yourself 3 to 4 weeks accordingly, but it's worth it because you're getting the discount. So this is something not every author thinks about, but in the nonfiction space, I think you should. You might want to offer custom editions of your book or different language options and editions. So you can do it, especially if you're self-published. Let's start with the custom editions. What I mean by a custom edition is you have maybe a speaking engagement or collaboration or a special that you're doing or something. You can, and I use Ingram Spark for this. You can go to Ingram Spark. You can upload a different ISBN, a different limited edition print of your book that you don't distribute. You just use it for print solutions and print and a single print run. And you can have, let's say, the organization of a company write a foreword, or maybe in the cover you can put a logo of the company and upload a new cover. Custom editions are lovely personal touch solutions on bulk book purchases. So let's say you're going to speak somewhere and they want to give their clients, their attendees, their participants, their employees a copy of your book. Maybe you can suggest a custom edition and charge a little more for the setups on your end. Or maybe you're getting people who are showing interest in the fact that they would like your book in a different language. Maybe you've been approached by a different publisher that publishes in a different language to buy the rights of that language of your book. You get to call the shots, friends. You're not having somebody else call the shots. That seems like a duh, but I have heard from people who have wanted to do this, but their publisher won't let them because they're just not ready. And that makes my heart hurt. The last thing I want to talk to you about today is something that you may or may not be taking advantage of, and that is looking at metrics and seeing what works. So I have one of my books that is published through a different publisher, and the other books are all self-published. I cringe on the inside because I have no idea when I did book promotion, the correlation with book sales with my first book. However, with my other 3, 4, 5 books, however many now that when you're listening that I've published, because I self-publish, I am able to go in and see direct alignment with the things that I'm doing and pre-orders, book sales, etc. It is lovely. I can also see what languages or what parts of the world people are purchasing. What editions are they purchasing, the ebook or the paperback or the audiobook? Like, what is it? I love looking at those metrics. And if I can align that with the promotional efforts that I'm doing, then I will be able to sit back and go, yeah, yes, that was worth it. You need to find a way to be able to quantify your energy and your efforts. This is a way to do that. And when you're self publishing, super easy for you to go do it. Just remember that you want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit of window time because of processing times and orders and such. But go and look at the back end of KDP or Ingram Spark, and you can see order purchases and the amounts and what days and how much royalties you're going to be getting. Yay! Don't you want to know that? Self publishing is awesome. And if you take advantage of these extra perks, you will be so grateful. I am a huge proponent of self-publishing for so many reasons. I love being in control first and foremost, but when it comes to publishing my book, I really want to play an active role ensuring that the book comes out the way I know the world needs it and in a way that I'm proud of. I also love taking advantage of all the perks of self-publishing, and if you're not doing that, like, what are you waiting for, author friend? Go do it now, and you can thank me later. If our team can help you in any way, just holler. We have a self-publishing support solution, and we support authors in so many parts of the book journey. If you have any questions on any of this, if it's confusing or overwhelming, take a deep breath. You got a friend over here that does not like author overwhelm and is happy to help you. Visit empowerprgroup.com/connect. Let's schedule a 15-minute chat. And if you want to learn more about our self-publishing solutions, go to our self-publishing support page on our website. Author friend, thanks for listening today and for saying yes to becoming empowered. I'm really proud of you. If nobody's told you that lately, I want you to hear it from me. As you know, I'm a believer that empowered people empower people. I've empowered you. Now go out there and empower others.